Welcome back on the Voice of the Valley. Turner Bluffus hanging out. And as we have been doing all week, we are talking with members of the 1988 state championship team and getting a couple TDs in the big title game. Not a bad time to to have your best game of your career. Matt Hasbargen, and tell me a little bit about how fun it is to kind of get to relive all those memories now that Breckenridge is back in the Prep Bowl.
Oh yeah, it's great to be with you today, Turner. It's pretty awesome. 1988 for most people is a very, 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 very long time ago, and for us old guys, it kind of feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But to think about all that's changed since 1988, we played in the Metrodome, and the Metrodome doesn't even exist anymore. So the amount of change that's happened since then is kind of crazy, but it's really fun. We had a great group of guys back in '88 that played, and we're still all friends, and we still love to talk about the game and taking down Morris in the championship and putting the banner up on the wall, and that's a pretty special thing for all of us to still have in our memories.
Yep, and you were a senior in that bunch, correct?
Yes,
gotcha.
I was a senior. We had 22 seniors that year, and that was it was unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
It was like half of the boys in our grade played football, and not all of them played, but everyone contributed, and just it made it that much more special that we did it as a group. That was pretty awesome.
What did you think was something or a moment that you guys had in the regular season where you're like, there's a pretty good shot we're going to get this done? Or was it something where it was just like, I'll believe it when it happens?
Well, what's interesting is the first event that we had was scrimmaging Morris.
Mm.
And so that was kind of ironic that we had a scrimmage against Morris. And to be very honest with you, Turner, we didn't play very well. Mm-hmm. And they kind of kicked us around the field. And I still remember this. Those guys, I think they had the biggest pads ever invented because I was a tight end, so I was always blocking on the line. And they would come up to the line of scrimmage, and I thought, this guy is one of the biggest persons I've ever seen on a football field before. And, he's going to take it to us. And I remember, Monty Wurtzman lined up right next to me, and Monty was our biggest guy on the team. And we'd come up there and we'd start pushing on their guys. And I'm like, all right, we can do this. So I remember being slightly intimidated by their appearance, especially back in the scrimmage. And then fast forward to having them in the dome, and we kind of had our way with them that day. So that's kind of what I remember. It was kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, man, I was talking with Coach Belseth earlier this week, and he was letting me know about how a lot of the fans couldn't even make it because of a blizzard. They had to cancel the fan bus and all that stuff. So how fun was it, or maybe make the moment even more special to get to share with the fans that were able to trudge through the winter conditions to get there?
Well, I remember that. Of course, the game that we played to get to the Dome was against Mayor Lutheran, and that one, that day, or the day before, I should say, we got 12 inches of snow in Breckenridge. And so one of my fondest memories of the whole season was, playing in a game where there was that much snow on the ground. And the city of Breck did a good job. They came out with their payloaders to scrape the field off. And then they had, the street sweepers out there sweeping it. And what was really ironic about it is it was an ice rink in between the hash marks, and literally an ice rink. Mm-hmm. So you couldn't get any traction. And one of my buddies, Jeff Truman, who was one of our best linemen, he had the brilliant idea, let's put on some broom ball shoes and see if we can get better traction. So he came out before the game started in broom ball shoes to see if he could get some traction. And it didn't work. So I think we all went back to tennis shoes because the ground was so frozen. So then you fast forward to the Dome, and all of our lungs are used to 30-degree weather playing outside. And here we get to the Dome, and it's a rain, sleet, snow outside. And for whatever reason, it was 80 degrees in the Dome. I mean, it was hotter than hot. And we could hardly breathe running up and down the field. It was so darn hot. So how's that for complaining about something we shouldn't? But it was great to be inside. But dang it, it was too hot.
Could you take me through your 2 touchdowns as well? Because I've heard some dispute that maybe one of those bounced potentially. But I guess we can hear a first-hand account from you.
Well, let's talk about it. So the play, I still remember the play. It was called Cat, and what the concept of the play was, we were a really good running team, and Brad Abel was our wing. God bless his soul, and he was just a slashing runner. And so we would run a counter. It was called the wing counter, where Monty Wurtzema would pull, and Brad Abel would follow behind him, and we would get 10, 15, 20 yards every time we ran that play, just because it was so well designed, and it would kind of catch people off guard. Well, the counter to the counter was throw it to Hasbargen and see if he can catch it. So it's a surprise. It was a surprise play, and it worked beautifully. The first time, no problem. The second time, Vizzy threw it just a little bit far for me, and I think he thought I was quicker than I was, and so I really had to lay out for it. I did get both hands on the ball. My knee came down, which I think that made it officially a catch, but then I didn't quite complete the catch. So I think in the NFL today, upon further review, I would say it probably was questionable, but back in 1988, without review, it was definitely a reception.
Oh, there you go.
Definitely.
That settles it. Yeah, that settles it for sure. And about your QB Vizzy, he also got to seal the game with a pick 6. Tell me about going through that play. I don't know if you were on the field for it or if you were on the sideline, but take me through the emotions when you saw that, because you guys probably knew you had it clinched after that.
Yeah, Vizzy, he was our MVP. He was just a great quarterback and a great safety. And I was on the field. And I remember the pass across the middle, and Vizzy just stepped in front of it. And I knew nobody was going to catch him, because that guy, he probably still is as quick as he was back then. But I just knew they were going to catch him. And when he crossed the goal line, I knew we had pretty much wrapped it up.
Awesome. And then my final one would be if maybe Breckenridge getting back to the Prep Bowl, or just kind of the run they've had has maybe kind of relit the flame a little bit for a lot of the 88 alums, or tell me a little bit about if you've been following the Cowboys, or if any of your old teammates have been following.
Yeah, we all have. Farming every day this fall, I've been listening to the games on the radio, and they've got a really good color guy. I can't remember what his name is, but you've been doing a great job on the radio, and your excitement is catchy.
Oh, thank you.
It's been really fun listening to the games, and they are a great team.
Yeah.
And they're very. I wouldn't say they're similar to our team. I think they're probably better than our team. The way they can get up and down the field. We were much more methodical running team, and we didn't throw the ball very much. So it's been really fun to listen to. All of a sudden Roberts goes for 80 yards on a touchdown pass. It's like, holy smokes, that was never even in our playbook back then. So it's a different style of football now, but it's definitely more exciting than our old traditional 5 yards in a cloud of dust type of team that we had. So I wish all the kids the best. We need another banner in the gym, so I hope they can bring this one home. And it'd be really exciting for sure for the boys, and then for our community as a whole as well. So wish them the best.
Oh, I appreciate you taking the call, Matt, and thank you for the kind words as well. I've been telling the kids all year that they make my job hard because I try to do as good of a job as my team is doing. So it's been a tough year. So been trying to keep up.
I feel like you're right there on the field with them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and thank you for taking the time, Matt.
You bet. And let's go, Cowboys. Get her done.
Once again, game time is set for 10 a.m. on B92.7 FM. Breckenridge taking on Minneota on Friday.